Why does China seem so focused on Taiwan? You see it in the news all the time. But the reasons are way more complex than just a simple headline. It's a story that weaves together history, military strategy, and cutting-edge technology. Let's break it all down. To really get it, we have to go back in time, all the way to the end of the Chinese Civil War in 1949. 4 years, two main groups fought for control of China, led by Mao Zedong, and the nationalists, or the Kuomintang KMT, led by Chiang Kai-shek. When it became clear the communists were going to win on the mainland, Chiang Kai-shek and his KMT government, along with about 2 million soldiers and civilians, retreated to the island of Taiwan. From their new base in Taipei, the KMT continued to claim they were the legitimate government of all of China, calling themselves the Republic of China, or ROC. Meanwhile, on the mainland, Mao established the People's Republic of China, the PRC. So, from that moment on, you had two governments, each claiming to be the one true China. The Civil War never officially ended with a peace treaty. It was more like a long, tense pause. For Beijing, Taiwan isn't a separate country. It's a breakaway province that must, eventually, be brought back into the fold, completing the Civil War. This historical claim is the foundation of everything else. It is a matter of national identity and finishing a chapter of history that has been left open for over 70 years. Now, let's fast forward to today and look at a map. You'll often hear military analysts talk about something called the First Island Chain. This is a string of islands that runs from Japan through Taiwan down to the Philippines and Borneo. From China's perspective, this chain of islands, which are mostly friendly to the United States, acts like a barrier. It effectively fences in China's navy, limiting its access to the vast Pacific Ocean. And right in the middle of that chain, like a critical link, is Taiwan. If you control Taiwan, you basically hold the key to the game. It's a strategic, unsinkable aircraft carrier parked right off China's coast for China's navy to become a true blue water navy, one that can project power far from its own shores. It needs guaranteed, easy access to the Pacific. As long as Taiwan remains outside of its control, that access is always uncertain. It could be cut off in a conflict. Think about it from a naval perspective. Chinese ships and submarines leaving their coastal ports have to pass through specific choke points in this island chain, like the Miyako Strait near Japan or the Bashi Channel south of Taiwan. These are all places that could be easily monitored or even blocked by other powers. Controlling Taiwan would completely change this dynamic. It would open up a wide, direct highway to the Pacific, allowing China's submarines to disappear into the deep ocean and its aircraft carriers to roam freely. This geopolitical position is a huge part of why Taiwan is so strategically important to Beijing's long-term military and global ambitions. It's not just about an island. It is about breaking out of what it sees as a strategic containment and becoming a true global maritime power. So we have the deep historical roots and the critical military strategy. But there's a third, incredibly modern reason that has become more important than ever in the 21st century. Microchips, specifically semiconductors. You might be watching this video on a phone, a laptop, or a smart TV. All of those devices, along with your car, your microwave, and even advanced military hardware, run on tiny, powerful semiconductors. And the undisputed king of making the most advanced semiconductors in the world is a Taiwanese company, TSMC, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. TSMC is not just a big company. It's a global linchpin. It produces over 90% of the world's most advanced chips. Companies like Apple, Nvidia, and AMD all rely on TSMC to manufacture their cutting-edge designs. This gives Taiwan an incredible amount of economic leverage. Something people call its silicon shield. The idea is that the global economy is so dependent on Taiwanese chips that an invasion would cause a catastrophic economic shockwave around the world, making other countries invested in protecting the island's stability. Now, think about this from China's perspective. China has a massive and growing tech industry, but it has a major weakness. It relies heavily on imported high-end chips, many of them coming from Taiwan. Beijing has been pouring billions of dollars into developing its own semiconductor industry, but it's still years, maybe even decades, behind TSMC in terms of technology. Gaining control over Taiwan would mean gaining control over TSMC. This would be a game. It would instantly make China the world leader in the most critical technology of our time, solve its own chip dependency, and give it immense leverage over every other technologically advanced nation on Earth, including the United States. Imagine a world where one country has the power to turn off the supply of advanced chips to everyone else. That's the power we're talking about. This economic and technological prize is a massive driver behind China's focus on the island. So, when you put it all together, you see it's not just one thing. It's a three-layered issue. First, there's the historical narrative of national reunification, the unfinished business of a civil war that still echoes today. It's about a sense of national destiny and territorial integrity from Beijing's point of view. Second, there's the cold, hard logic of geopolitics. Taiwan is the crucial piece on the strategic chessboard of the Pacific. Controlling it would unlock China's maritime ambitions and fundamentally shift the balance of power in Asia. It would shatter the first island chain and announce China's arrival as a dominant military force in the region. And third, there's the engine of the modern world: technology. Taiwan's dominance in semiconductor manufacturing makes it an unparalleled economic and technological prize. Controlling TSMC would give China a stranglehold on the global tech supply chain, a powerful weapon in its ongoing competition with the West. Each of these reasons is powerful in its own, but together, they create an incredibly intense and complex situation that keeps leaders in Beijing, Taipei, and Washington up at night. Understanding these different layers is key to understanding one of the most significant and potentially volatile issues in the world today. It's a story about the past, the present, and the future, all converging on one small island. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, be sure to like the video.